You have written down what you are wherever the laziness is stopping you. Now, there's a very, very beautiful meditation process that Swamiji will be taking us through for all of us to experience this awakening of the brain growth. Now that you have completed with the laziness pattern, just bringing your awareness in that area is enough. Just shedding awareness in that area is good enough. That itself will walk you to the breakthrough. Now, that is listen to this revelation, and I request every one of you to do this meditation process. Please sincerely sit and do the meditation process.
Listen to this great truth. Declare your integrity to Paramashiva. Request Paramashiva. Only with His grace you can even bow down to Him. Ask Him to give you the grace to bow down to Him, connect with Him and have devotion and manifest Him. That's enough. That's enough. He will manifest and bless all of us. So now, sit straight. Let's dissolve into Paramashiva. Let Paramashiva manifest now in all of us. Sit straight with the original verses, original words of Paramashiva. Understand, Paramashiva himself uttered these words in Agama to describe himself. I am going to utter the original words of Paramashiva and invoke him in all of us. He is going to manifest now. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Om Satyo Jatam Prapathyami Satyo Jataya Vai Namo Namaha Bhave Bhave Nati Bhave Bhavasvamam Bhavodbhavaya Namaha Vamadevaya Namo Jyeshtaya Namah Sreshtaya Namo Rudraya Namah Kalaya Namah Kalavigaranaya Namo Balavigaranaya Namo Balaya Namo Balapramadhanaya Namah Sarvabhutadamanaya Namo Manonmanaya Namaha Akorebhyo Takorebhyo Gora Gora Darebhyaha Sarvebhyo Sarva Sarvebhyo Namaste Astru Rudra Rubebhyaha Tatpurushaya Vitmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Isana Sarva Vidyanam Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Brahmatibatir Brahmanotibatir Brahma Shivo me Astu Sada Shivom. Meditate on Paramashiva with 25 heads.
ஏகதயாநிதி ஈஸ்வரனாம் நம ஈன்றவள் சூருக்கு காவலனாம் சாஸ்வதமானவன் ஈஸ்வரனாம் நம் சாகச செயலுக்கு மூலவனாம் சிவபெருமான் யுக சுகம் தருவான் வழியுரைத்து நல்ல வரம் தருவான் சன்னதி வந்தோர்க்கு நிம்மதி தந்தாளும் ஈசனை நேசனை போற்றிடுவோம் நடன சபேசன் திருவருள் நாடி நடப்போம் நடப்போம் மதுரை பதி தேடி
வருவாரே, இம்மையிலும் நன்மை தருவாரே, வருவாரே, அருள் தருவாரே, சிந்தையிலே சிவன் நிறைவாரே.
நஞ்சுண்டநாதர் சிவன் போற்றி, அந்த சந்தியா காலத்து சனி போற்றி, நவசந்தி தாண்டவ குரு போற்றி, அந்த மகா பிரதோஷ நாள் போற்றி, தேய்பிரையில் அந்த வளர்பிரையில் தேடிச் சென்றால் அருள் கூடிடுமே. நர்த்தனம் காட்டும் ஆடிய பாதம் திருமுகம் கண்டால் நலந்தானே. தேடிடும் கண்களில் ஆடிடும் பாதம் தெரியும் தெரியும் இது நிஜமே.
தருவாரே, நலம் தருவாரே, இம்மையிலும் நன்மை தருவாரே, வருவாரே, அருள் தருவாரே, சிந்தையிலே சிவன் நிறைவாரே.
கனலென மூழ்வது சிவன் தேகம், பெரும் கருணைக்கு ஈடு அவனாகும். ஐந்தென ஆனது பிரதோஷம், நல்ல சுபிட்சத்தை அருள்வது பிரதோஷம். பௌர்ணமியில் சிவ பூஜை செய்தால் சிவனவனின் அருள் நம்மை சேரும். ரிஷபத்தில் தோன்றும் ஈஸ்வரன் கோலம் பார்த்திட கூடிடும் சந்தோஷம். திருநீரு பூசி திரிசூலம் தாங்கி இறைவன் அருள்வான் கோடி வரமேந்தி.
தருவாரே, நலம் தருவாரே, இம்மையிலும் நன்மை தருவாரே, வருவாரே, அருள் தருவாரே, சிந்தையிலே சிவன் நிறைவாரே.
திருக்கோவில் வாசல் முன் தோன்றும் அந்த நந்தி தேவன் அருள் வேண்டும். பிரதோஷ காலம் வரும் நேரம் அவன் திருவருள் யாவும் கைகூடும். எம்பெருமான் வரும் வாகனமே, எப்பொழுதும் நம் துணை வருமே. முன் நின்று நந்தியின் காதினில் கூறிடும் செய்திகள் சிவனது செவி சேரும். இம்மையில் நலம் தரும் சிவனது அருளால் எடுத்த செயல் யாவும் ஏற்றம் பல காணும்.
தருவாரே, நலம் தருவாரே, இம்மையிலும் நன்மை தருவாரே, வருவாரே, அருள் தருவாரே, சிந்தையிலே சிவன் நிறைவாரே.
अंबिकापतय उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमः। ॐ नमो हिरण्यवाहवे हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यपतये अंबिकापतय उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमो हिरण्यवाहवे हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यपतये अंबिकापतय उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमः। ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणोऽधिपति ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवो। ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणोऽधिपति ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवो। ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणोऽधिपति ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवो। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिवः प्रचोदयात्। महादेवाय विद्महे रुद्रमूर्तये धीमहि तन्नः शिवः प्रचोदयात्। अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ सत्यो जातं प्रपद्यामि सत्यो जाताय वै नमो नमः। भवे भवे नाति भवे भवस्व मां भवोद्भवाय नमः। वामदेवाय नमो ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमो रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कलविकरणाय नमो बलविकरणाय नमो बलाय नमो बलप्रमदनाय नमः सर्वभूतदमनाय नमो मनोन्मनाय नमः। अकोरेभ्यो तकोरेभ्यो घोरघोरधरेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो सर्वसर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवोम्. ॐ नित्यानन्द Paramashivoham. I bless you all to manifest Paramashiva. I'll continue in the further satsangs to explain each of the murtis, Sadashiva Murti, Tatpurusha Murti, Ishana Murti, Vamadeva Murti, Ahora Murti, and take you to the deeper levels of Paramashiva's experience. So now, don't miss the satsangs, next satsangs. That's one. Second, essence of today's satsang is universe is not obligated to make sense to us. Only we are supposed to be making sense to universe. And declare this to Paramashiva, your surrender and integrity. Request him to manifest in you and your life. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
It's not only we are obligated to make sense to the universe. That one line has tons of layers and layers and layers of meaning for us to contemplate and understand. Anyways, now this one meditation process, Swamiji has literally tuned our inner space to manifest that Paramashivatva, experiencing that awakening of the higher dimensions of each of us. So all of you that are sitting here right now, in the same space now, sit intensely to manifest that experience. Disorderous is saying it is very good to have the visualization of a deity. It is a good way to use drawing, sculpting of a deity, and even dancing. Yes. And like Swamiji said, when you visualize a deity, the dhyana shloka, and when you start drawing just by the visualization, what you ferment in your inner space, listen very carefully. Today, so many people draw. They visualize, like they draw celebrities and they visualize different things and draw. The more and more they're contemplating on something, right? That becomes a part of their inner space. That is why it is important what you meditate upon. If you constantly meditate upon a person who goes through their ups and downs, their ups and downs will affect you. In those days, in earlier on, all our activities used to only be centered on the divine. You're drawing, draw the divine. Sculpting, sculpt the divine. Everything, some way or the other, was centered on the divine because that doesn't have any human attribute or quality. So, how much ever you meditate on the divine, you're only going to become the divine. When they sculpt the deity, the dhyana shloka they listen to, so beautifully each form is described, right? Like Shodashabda Yutam Kantam Suprasannam Smitananam, where the eternally 16 having such a sweet smile like that, and it describes he sits on the white lotus, and the mantra simhasanasinam, where he's sitting on this thing. So each aspect of Paramashiva was so beautifully described. Like for Devi, when they say Sindura Runa Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Mauli Spurat Taranayaka Shekharam Trinayanam, each one is so beautifully described. So when you meditate on that, what happens? You automatically start constantly visualizing that form in your inner space. Automatically you expand, you grow. Today, All entertainments, look, all the entertainments, it's all bringing you back to cinema. Everything is around that. So what happens? Even a child, for its recreation, for its free time, it goes back to YouTube, surfs on YouTube, and all these content is constantly consumed. What happens? The inner space is meditating on only these things. Naturally, that is what becomes a reality, because that's what they're fermenting inside them. All our life, what you ferment in your inner space, that's what you will manifest as reality. It is very important to, if you ferment in your inner space, if you constantly cherish human emotions, violence based games, thinking, then that violence gets instilled in your system. If you cherish inside your inner space constantly the life positive, powerful, life positive cognitions, then that's what becomes a reality for you. So it really matters based what we are thinking, what we contemplate, what we learn. Are all of you understanding? Okay, today we have a very, very powerful initiation. We request all the participants to invite your friends, family members. Like Swamiji said, today we'll be having this exclusive session on Charya Pada, Kriya Pada, Yoga Pada, Jnana Pada. And moreover, we will be having this very special initiation where we'll be getting subtle brain grooves in us. And
sorry for that. I hope now all of you are able to hear me better. Great. Now, all the participants listen intensely. This visualization technique, how many of you want to be like a person who's very involved, who can think through, who can cognize deeply? This practice of visualization, visualizing, just try this practice that Swamiji has given us, visualizing the 25 heads of Paramashiva. That itself can awaken your brain cells. In Gurukul, we used to have this Vakya. I was very new at that time. And I always thought that higher level truths, higher level cognitions, people who are much senior to me, and people who have been listening to these, they can talk. But I used to feel like, I may not be able to cognize these. And because when I entered Gurukul, kids as young as 6-year-old, 7-year-old, they sit and talk about consciousness, how the consciousness is ever expanding, cosmos does not have an end, and talk about what is ultimate but not final. And like, it's something, it is so beyond me. I used to think like, oh my God, all these kids are so intelligent in Gurukul. This is when I came like totally new. I was completely new. I did not know about Swamiji. I did not know about any of Swamiji's teachings. Even the basic 4 tattvas about integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, I learned only after like coming and joining Gurukul. I did not know about any of these before. So it was like, I had this fear in me, like as to, I may not be able to grasp the kind of things, how the other kids are all talking. I shouldn't even use the word fear, but more like a cognition in me. Few days later, we had, like Swamiji was talking in satsang about Vakyatasadas, the importance of Vakyatasadas, where you actually, it's more like it's not exactly a debate. In debate, there are 2 teams. One team tries to prove what the other team tells is wrong and tell their points. That's the way usual debates happen. Here, Vakyatasadas is slightly different, because here you are debating on things, but it's not to prove the other person is right or wrong. It is to go deeper into the truth. So we discuss. It's discussion, debates, and experience sharing with all of that, Swamiji will give a subject every day in satsang. Swamiji will announce today's subject for Vakyats this is. And Swamiji will give a powerful cognition, and then we'll be discussing over it and contemplating on it. It'll be a live show. So when Swamiji started, when initially started about Maniti Dahanananda has posted, I remember it too, especially on Upanishads. Yes, I'm talking about the Upanishads time. That's my favorite time, one of my favorite times, Ishavasya Upanishad. So we were just learning about Ishavasya Upanishad in Gurukul. So Swamiji had told us the first day in satsang that I want my Gurukul kids to start doing Vakyats. Like, okay, probably, there are kids who've been very senior to me. They've been here for like so many years. They're going to be starting the Vakyasas. I really did not even cognize like I'm going to be a part of it or anything. So happily, I'm sitting and eating dinner with all of us eat dinner together. We all were sitting in the dinner hall. Then like happily, I'm getting my dinner plate and I'm like eating. And suddenly the mentor who was choosing, she came and she announced first, she gave the context of what Vakyats this is. And first person she's choosing was me. I was like shocked. I said, no, I don't think I can do it. She said, don't talk anything, just take your plate and go assemble over there, like settle down there. I was so afraid. I was like, oh my God, what? Why am I being chosen? And like the first person. And then many other kids were also chosen. This was like one batch of kids were chosen. And she said, okay, come on, now you guys are going to start Vakyats this. I was like, no, I can't, I don't even know this. I can't talk all this. These are too high for me to even be able to cognize. Suddenly, like, I felt like I'm being called here, like, I won't know. I had so much of resistance. This, she didn't tell me anything at that time. She just said, do you want to experience what Swamiji is telling as your experience? I was like, yes. Then she said, just sit, Swamiji will flow through you and talk. Okay, so we were all still sitting here in the hall. So sorry, I think we had a small technical glitch. Now I hope all of you are able to hear me. Okay. I was just sharing about so I think I'll continue from where I left. We were all sitting, so my mentor came and asked me in Gurukul. She asked me, don't you want to experience it? And I was like, yeah, I want to also experience. She's like, just sit, Swamiji will flow through you. I was like, okay, fine. And we all were sitting. So that time I was sitting in the hall, like the meditation hall, where we also like there's dinner hall, and then that's where we all discuss, where workshop and all happens. So I'm sitting there with the other kids. All of a sudden, Swamiji walks in. And Swamiji says, come on, you guys should start live shows. I am like, what? Live shows? I'm here sitting thinking, I can't even cognize this. We have not even started. The Vakyatsa's discussion has not even started properly. We just started with Sadhguru Vandanam, and in just few minutes, Swamiji walked in and told that you guys start the live show. And in Gurukul, anything Swamiji says, it's like you immediately do it like right away. So I actually, in the beginning, I thought, okay, probably we'll start it in a few days. So mentor was like, oh yes, Swamiji, we'll do it immediately. And she just told all of us to get up and come, let's go to a TV show. I was not ready at all. I was like, no, this is like impossible for me to do. I had like so much of, I didn't really have a fear, because even before this incident itself, there's another incident through which so this time there was no fear like to talk publicly. That wasn't the thing. My fear was mainly like I had a lot of resistance, thinking, how am I going to even cognize this? This is just going to be too much. How am I going to even cognize this? And then we all go and sit. I asked the other kids, hey, how we don't have any preparation and we don't even know what we're going to talk. And all of them kept telling, Swamiji will flow through, don't worry. You just, what is the subject Swamiji gave to us? Let us start with that. We sat, I remember this so clearly. Even now, these shows are available. The recorded shows of these are available. We sat, and then Swamiji blessed us to start. That's all. All of a sudden, the questions people are asking, like we ask each other questions and share our clicks. I just saw very clearly, like literally, it was like my brain was expanding. The more and more we started talking, doing the Vakyasas, just trying to cognize these truths, more and more of it revealed itself. So I understood I actually did not need some prerequisite spiritual knowledge. I didn't have any such like already some spiritual knowledge I had or something like that. No, nothing was there. I was like a teenage kid who had zero introduction to any of these things. And I'm like coming blank and I'm sitting there. But the way the kind of cognition started happening, even when other kids started asking questions, very clear answer, I would not know that question's answer. But when we are sitting in the Vakyas, suddenly it will be like Swamiji will reveal the answer inside. And it'll be so good. All of us will start going deeper and deeper and deeper into the revelations. Like why I was sharing this is because many times we'll feel, oh God, this is going just above my head. This is just too much. I can't even cognize, right? Every time you feel that, start having a Vakya to this. Start asking questions. Start sharing your clicks. Then if someone is asking you another question, answer to them. Tell, this is what is my understanding. See, one other fear we all go through is, how do I know if my understanding is right? How do I know if this is the right thing that I'm even supposed to understand from this? All that cognitions, leave it aside. Just understand this one thing. Inside of you, be very, very, very clear. going forward, whatever clicks and cognitions you're getting, start posting it here and start interacting with that. Meaning, you start asking your questions on that, start sharing your clicks on that. Suddenly, you will see, you will become like your brain will open up so much. You'll feel like, oh my God, this is just expanding, expanding, and expanding. Like, try cognizing infinity. Every cognition Swamiji tells in satsang, try it. Like, just play with those cognitions. You will see how suddenly you will, even before Swamiji reveals something in the satsang, you will feel like Swamiji has already revealed that to you inside of you. How many of you here already had this as an experience? Understand, all of you, that is because expanding along with the consciousness. See, many of you posting, yes, me, I have had it. Yes, yes, yes. Understand? It's only because you see, now use this time to start cherishing more and more of the powerful cognitions. Like when you're listening in satsang, when Swamiji is saying that cognize that 25 heads of Paramashiva, really sit and cognize it. Take some time to sit and actually visualize it. You will see the amazing impact it will have on your brain and how powerfully you'll feel so much of expansion, expansion, expansion. Actually, the Vakyats time and all used to be so much of fun. I remember one day we all were having a question. Like all of us had this one question where we were getting stuck at. Whether this is the kind of conversation you'll hear in Gurukul, the kids that are teenagers or younger kids talking. This is the kind of language you'll hear. Our conversations would be like this. We'll say, okay, in this, when Swamiji revealed about this Upanishad, Swamiji said, everything exists. In this Upanishad, when Swamiji revealed, Swamiji said, nothing exists. How can everything exist? In reality, does everything exist or nothing exists? Is it is it shunya, like nothing exists, or everything exists? No, so one day we were stuck with the question of this, like, what is actually real, right? Like when you say 25 states of consciousness, when you're contemplating about that, and you say consciousness is everywhere, and even the thing that something is other than consciousness exists, itself is our perception, then does nothing at all exist? Or we are all experiencing this. Does everything exist? When we start questioning this inside of you, these kind of cognitions, chew it. Don't try to brush it aside. Don't try to like answer it. Just see what is the truth. Talk to your friend. That is why attending as a family will really, really help. Even you participating here, asking your questions. Because when we contemplate together, we all will go more and more deeper to the truth.
Even hours. I request everyone and I'd like to encourage all of you to ask questions, interact, and engage, because when you do that, right, it just enhances your experience more. It is not just listening. The more and more you discuss these truths, the more and more you talk on these truths, they enhance your experience even more. They increase your experience even more. Understanding? Okay, now let us all enter into the power manifestation. In this round, I request every one of you to bring your Atmalinga. Please bring your Atmalinga. You're going to be keeping your Atmalinga on a silicon surface. And you're going to be moving the Atmalinga. Keep Atmalinga. If you don't have an Atmalinga, keep a deity. You're going to keep it on a tab, switched off tab or something like that. And you're going to be moving the deities on that. Understand, you know why we are doing with tab? You can do it at ground. But tab, the silicon, the base material of silicon is earth element. That has the ability to receive your instruction and amplify it to the matter. So when you sit and put it on the deities on the tab, actually you will see it'll receive your instruction, amplify it, and push the deity or Atmalinga forward. It's a very easy science that you can manifest. So sit now and just as long as you're comfortable, put this thing on this. Actually, can you all see here? This is from few seasons back, one of the participant of Paramashivoham, she was just playfully putting all the deities on her tab, and actually they all started moving. You all can see here how each of these deities one by one start moving, and she was able to move 3-4 deities at a time. This is the clip of that. I request every one of you to sit. See this exactly like how it is manifesting here. Sit and intensely start the manifestation.
Mahamahavagya, spiritual lullaby for Samadhi. And Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. For Paramashiva to manifest. One spiritual powerful cognition. Chant this Mahamahavagya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.